Hey everybody, this is Mr. McComb again. One more update coming your way for now. I hope everybody's enjoyed a nice weekend, some sunshine, a little warmer as we're getting toward the start of the new week. Here's what's going on this week. So just any general news, nothing a whole lot going on. Like I said, just back to some normal weeks here. We did have our snowies last week at the end of the week, which was great. Thanks to PTA for doing that, and I just want to say thanks to the kids again for and families that did a great job during Penny Wars. And raised a lot of money. And so that this is sort of another extra treat reward as a way to say for everybody to say thank you for the wonderful fundraising we did with that. Going on this week in classes. So last week we finished in math our decimals with a division of decimals quiz, and now we're officially ready to move into fractions. So the kids will get volume 2 of the textbook, and that starts in with fractions. We'll do things like working on equivalent fractions and simplifying fractions before we get into operations. I'm ready to get into this one. I've been excited for a while. I know in 4th grade, this would have been some topics that were covered during the quarantine time, and so probably a lot to catch up on. It comes up quite a bit in 6th grade too, so we want to kind of kickstart our learning with that and maybe fill in some gaps and then be ready to move into getting ready for 6th grade, which isn't too far away. In science, we're working on food chains and food webs, and we're going to introduce these other things called energy pyramids, which is similar to a food web, as we begin to continue to build our understanding of the feeding relationships within ecosystems and the interactions that take place there. So we learned all about the types of consumers and producers, the plants that produce through photosynthesis, and now we're getting into understanding the relationships of how the energy flows through an ecosystem, and that helps an ecosystem be healthy and balanced. So we'll continue that lesson this week. In English, we're going to start working on developing our own personal narratives. Last week, we did a little introduction to what personal narratives are, looked at a few nice examples, and talked about how we want our audience to be able to relate to the experience that we share, and hopefully take away, aside from just sharing a story, take away some good, interesting learning or lessons learned from that. And we're going to start doing our own. We'll work on some graphic organizers, like you see a couple options here. We'll start looking at. We're really going to take our time through that process of building up the narrative and crafting before we even start the rough draft, but organizing ideas, identifying key details to include and things like that. Previously this year, again, as we're kind of playing catch up in all areas, we maybe didn't spend quite as much time as I would have hoped on really narrowing down and really spending some good quality time on that pre-writing process. But with this one, we're going to try to do that to make sure we come up with a really great finished product. So that's what's going on with our 3 classes. So let's make sure we have a good week and be awesome. I just want to include this as a picture of my daughter, Sophia, at her very first soccer game. So she was pretty awesome yesterday. Even scored a first goal in her first game, which is great. So I'm coaching, and I was telling the kids in 5th grade a little bit about how busy it is with 17 girls on a team, and trying to make sure they're all learning lots and getting good and everything. So really happy for Sophia. Scored a good goal, and hopefully that'll kickstart her love of soccer, love of the game. Her brother plays a lot, loves it as well, and so our weekends in the spring are pretty busy with that. So I'm glad I got to take a minute for you all to give you the update about 5th grade things, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.